Hello guys, it's been a long time. So this is Pin. I made a few videos a few years back when I started drawing, and then I quit the YouTube. Main reason was I just didn't know really what to do with the channel, and I was inconsistent, undisciplined mostly, and I lacked any art skills. And at the time, I think I thought that nobody would be interested in such things, but apparently some people were, and I've recently seen a lot of people post kind of their art journeys and how much they have improved and how far they've come. So I thought of making another sketchbook video because I didn't know what else to make at the start. To just warm it up, just going through one of my old sketchbooks, this from 2022. And yeah, let's get into it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Sorry for the bad audio. I have a mic, but I have to figure out this whole setup situation. So, if I remember correctly, around this time it was a lot of studies, mostly of what I liked, and then some stuff from imagination. So I would have like some pages of studies, like last page, and then this kind of pages would be mostly just from imagination. Now, I'll be going through this pretty fast because I don't know how far my phone can like record this. How much, I mean, sorry. And I'm doing this in one take, so no edits. Yeah, this kind of stuff for mostly studies, like the anatomy. My anatomy wasn't really good at the time, but there was like some sketches that I did from my imagination. I was kind of just getting used to constructing and drawing things from my imagination at the time. And the quality like varies obviously, because I don't think I drew too much in this sketchbook at the time. I would go draw on my tablet, so digitally a lot, but then I would come back like every few weeks and draw some pages. So these were all studies, maybe except this guy, which looks kind of weird. Yeah, I remember just like being kind of okay with drawing female anatomy at this time, but when I would try to draw like from my head after a break, it would all be like misproportionate and weird, and I didn't know like how to design, so I have like all kinds of weird characters that I've drawn. If there's anything you see in this and you say, hey, that looks familiar, it's probably a study. So I don't know what I drew from. Most of this was for fun, but like things like this, these are all from myself. This was probably a study. These are all imagination again, of varying qualities. I think here I got kind of bored and I was doing some figure drawing, not very good, obviously. Some more figure drawing from a reference pack. I think I really liked using a mechanical pencil at this time. I've always switched between mechanical and ballpoint because I think I like precise lines and clean sketches since I started. And I've continued to do so. And these days I'm drawing a lot more with mainly ballpoint because I find that more interesting than mechanical. Also, it's faster to catch your mistakes and helps you visualize better, in my opinion. These were some studies from sorry, what's his name? TCK, Thomas Chamberlain. One of my favorite artists. He's an awesome artist. Check him out. With these expressions, like they were so awesome. So I did a few studies, and then maybe I think I did this one on my own. Same with this and this. Just like applying what you learn. Doing a lot of my mini character for myself, pumpkin guy. So yeah, that kind of I think caught my interest of thinking of the expressions and like how that works. So here we have like some notes, and then trying to make the characters feel a bit more alive. I think that's Soul from Soul either. More anatomy, hands, oops. Don't look. I didn't mean to make it lewd, but I guess I was a lewd person maybe back then. One thing I noticed with my older drawings is they're all such bad proportions, especially the heads are like huge and the bodies are small. And I kind of had no idea how to pose characters properly, so I would kind of just stick their limbs in whichever direction I could come up with and see what happened. More anatomy studies. As you see. As much as I did this kind of stuff, I don't know if I learned much from these, because I didn't really consciously think about form and such things. I was mostly just concerned with getting it to look interesting or correct. When I did the study, so I don't think I really understood much. That's why, like, when I went to do my own characters like this, you'd see them being misproportionate and wonky. Because I wanted to like just do it without any what's it called, construction. But that ended up actually messing up a lot of the process for me. Made them weird and wonky. But like after figure drawing, maybe some of them got a bit better. But still a bit off now that I'm a bit of a better artist. I can see the mistakes. These were studies from an artist called Ryan Pallet, I think, on Instagram. Love his work. Very, very cool sketches and designs. And I think I took that and then I kind of took inspiration from it and did something on my own. These little chibi guys are from another artist, TV Choi. She has like a book. And I drew some stuff from ArtStation, I think, that she has up. Some practices. One thing I was really thinking about around this time was mannequinizing my characters and like learning to put them in simple poses, right? And then obviously just as doing studies, then applying it, and doing studies and applying it. I think ultimately that's the best way to learn for artists. More Thomas Chamberlain study, then doing something from my imagination, more from imagination, study, imagination. This was probably also study because it has good anatomy. You see, if something's like stiff and kind of awkward, it's probably mine. More from imagination. But yeah, I was kind of getting a hang of some of the forms of the body, especially in this basic 3/4 pose. So I just went with it, you know. Sorry for the shadows. The lighting is not optimal either. Hopefully you see quite well. More weird stuff from imagination. I think this was a Amadal Dori study, and then I like did something similar but changed the hand and gave her a sword. I don't know. It's good old. I think my love for the sketchbooks actually went away a lot since then. I don't really draw a lot anymore, which is kind of sad. But there's something to it, you know, just having it on paper, sitting and sketching on a page. I think this page was all from imagination except this one, which is the good one. But I like some of these. This character looks kind of interesting. I like this one. Looks like playing like a little guitar. I don't know why she's strumming so far up and the guitar is not connected, but you probably didn't notice that until I told you. Trying to draw centaurs. I don't know what this is. Weird ass poses. Oh, this is a card. Haughty Jin. I think this is from Magic or Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, this was given by the artist actually that drew this. I met him at an art event, so he gave me that and he drew me a little sketch as well. So good, very nice. 2023, so it was 2 years ago at this point. So some sketches that I think I spent a bit more time on, like just trying to see if I can render out things. I like kind of how they came out, they're kind of nice. More drawings from imagination, this girl, then doing some pen stuff. Yeah, more studies, trying to render a little bit. So, all kind of extreme poses, like this was, it should have been from no, not imagination, is it? No, the hands were too interesting. I think that was just a badly drawn pose from a 3D model or something. Bloodborne design, weapon design. It's the base weapon. I love that game. I love how the weapons like you can like flip them out and get like a really cool, satisfying noise. It makes that, and then you can kill the monsters. Yeah, kind of mental anguish at the time. Hopefully you'll ignore the notes that I have written. It's usually just a lot of, you know, complaining about why art doesn't work and it's difficult, you know. Like this guy, I smell the tea. It's like only a nose, it doesn't have a forehead. That thing I here was trying to like draw something over and over again to see if it sticks better in my memory. No, it didn't. But it was a good attempt. That's what you gotta do. You gotta try everything you can think of to try and improve. It does help if you do it eventually, enough times. So another character, all from imagination, I think here, except this and this. This one is also from reference. For getting good, what do you find fun? Yeah, I think I was quite bummed of my drawings at this time. I was like, let's change it up. I think when I came back to Sketchbook, some environments, quick thumbnails. I went to using the red pen. I like some of these. This kind of dwarf guy, kind of beefy. This was after a break, I think. Like I hadn't drawn maybe in a few months in this sketchbook, but I've been drawing like obviously outside of it. So focusing a bit more on anatomy again. Always going back to it, and then at this point I was kind of getting good at drawing okay-ish torsos and rib cages. And then this is a page from imagination, I believe, actually, except this one. But the rest are from imagination. And some days I had like a very, I think that the cogs in the brain kind of click, and then you have a better drawing day. And right back to shit. Studies. I can't draw dragons, so I tried to figure out how they do it. How the wings work, like how they fold over. It's kind of tough, and I think I did like a little attempt of drawing my own dragon. Here was before I did a study, so they look awful. This one's also a study, I'm sure. Good gesture means it's not mine. Remember. Hands, because hands are cool, and I can't draw them. Studies. This one, I think once I did this study, I drew this one to see if I can like apply it, turn it a little bit, you know. You don't have to draw something original always. You can You can definitely practice by using somebody else's designs. I think this was Matthias Osland. It's like a Scandinavian artist, Norwegian, I don't know, Denmark. I think these are all from imagination. Flow, organic, no symmetry. I think I was looking at Cynic's design, a video on design. He was talking about like how flow changes the way your eye moves across something. I don't really draw a lot of mechs, but I think it's pretty cool with some little stuff like this. Be cool to do an actual drawing. At this point, I'd done like a lot of other sketches on another page, so my drawings from imagination were getting kind of tighter. It always happens when I'm doing a lot of drawing, then my visual library gets pretty good for that day, for those days at least. If I'm consistent, I can maintain it, but I'm not, so I keep like gaining and losing, you know. Art is not a straight path forward ever. So these are all from imagination. I think this was some workflow idea, image making process. Idea, line, shape, design, light, value, color, texture, polish grading, and VFX. Kind of a note to myself for my Photoshop skills. Taking notes about fundamentals of design. You can read if you want, if you can't read it. I have a terrible handwriting. More drawings from imagination. Yeah, some of this stuff are interesting, I guess. And then I think I didn't draw for a while, and then my pose kind of got weird again, but it's still a lot better. Even like my bad stuff are a lot better in comparison to the other ones. So I'm almost done with the sketchbook, and we can take a break there, and hopefully we have enough space in my phone to film another one. Because I have another sketchbook. It's not finished, but it's almost there. More drawings from imagination. This one was from some reference. This one also was from a reference, and then I tried to like turn it, draw a backside of it. That's like a interesting practice. Denji from Chainsaw Man. It was fun. Like I was trying to see how much I remember from my own head. How he looks like. It's getting weird with the stylization of bodies and orcs and all the rest. Here I was explaining form to a friend when I went to art school, how I think about it, and she was like, "Wow, is that how it works?" I'm like, "Yeah, believe it." Talking flow and like how that kind of does it. It's like a cool leg shape. No, not that any character would look like this. This looks too flowy, I guess. More drawings from imagination. I like this old guy. He's kind of cool. I like this lady as well. Yeah, at this point I've done a lot of like practice with the things, and these are take more time. I could like, I'm sure draw pretty well even back in the day, but I needed to spend a lot more time and like fix my mistakes. But these days I'm doing a lot better. These are all studies, I'm sure. These ones are mine. Some studies again, and then mine. One thing I noticed is like whenever I try to do characters around this time, I had a hard time gauging the landmarks and proportions. So I would like these arms are so short, like holy. So I would mess up the proportions of the characters. I still struggle with like drawing clothing without construction, but I'm getting better at it. I'm a lot more comfortable drawing like pretty girls. Even like in an extreme cool angle like this from imagination. Sometimes it clicks, you know. I don't know. You get those lucky drawings once in a while. from imagination except these two. Sorry. And this one was also from a cool ranch. Well, at this time I think I was just thinking about how can I design characters and make them interesting. More reference stuff and applying some anatomy stuff. More practice. I think this was from the book that TV Choi has made. I'm not gonna link it. You can search it out yourself. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it's like how many? 2023. I think I started 2022. In the 5th month. Okay, so that's exactly a year almost. A bit shorter than a year, but yeah, quite a slow sketchbook. I usually fill them a lot faster from the past, but right these days not so much. It's just some filling, trying stuff out. All right, hope you enjoyed it. On to the next one.